guys, welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Portsmouth. Now, in our last episode, we beat Swansea City for the second time that month, and, well, we've done quite well against Swansea, to be fair, that month. We had a fairly decent month in our own right, really. We've had quite a decent run, in fact, since the Newcastle game. We've actually only lost one league game in our last, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One defeat in 8 is actually fairly decent. And this month, it's been a bit hit and miss. We've had some crazy games, basically, but we've picked up what I feel are some decent points along the way. So in our first game of the month, we went to Manchester City and we got our butts handed to us. Now, I guess you could kind of expect that to be the case because it's Manchester City away, but it wasn't as simple as that. I can assure you it was not as simple as this might look. Now, yeah, I mean, you can see the scoreline, 5-1. They scored 5 goals, we scored 1 goal, and that was a penalty. We did actually score the penalty. I don't know why it says he missed, because he did score the penalty. It must have been because of the way of the ball, I don't know. But yeah, stats for the game, though, 6 clear-cut chances apiece. We created 6 clear-cut chances against Manchester City, and it was a bit annoying because we only scored 1 goal from that. But that wasn't the most irritating thing in this game for me. The most irritating thing in this game for me is this. Patrick Roberts. Now, I adore Patrick Roberts in real life. He's a brilliant young footballer and is going to have a massively bright future, and that's fantastic. And clearly, as you can see here, playing for England and Manchester City. Now, he tore us apart, and that's fine. The problem I have with him is the fact that he was winning headers against us every single time the ball went to him. And in fact, 3 of City's goals came from him knocking the ball down to them. So he scored 2 goals of himself. Sorry, not 3, 2 of their goals. The one for Anthony Marshall here was him winning a back post header against our centre-back. 2 of them, in fact. And the second one was when he knocked the ball down from a corner for Skodran Mustafi to score. Now, you think, okay, fine. What's the big problem with a guy winning a header? I'll tell you what the problem with a guy winning a header is, because Patrick Roberts is short as fuck. I don't know how much that is in feet, but he's 167 centimetres tall. Fine, you might think, oh, well, that's fine. He can jump. Nope. He's got a jumping reach of 2. 2. So yeah, he can't jump and he can't head. So where the hell is he winning these headers from? It was ridiculous. So that kind of frustrated me a lot, because every time the ball went up in the air to Patrick Roberts, he'd win the header and flick it on. And it wasn't even if he was against our fullbacks or anything. He was up against our centre-backs, and as bad as they are, they're not going to be losing headers to Patrick Pissin Roberts. I mean, love the guy, but he's not going to be an aerial threat. He's like the antithesis of Peter Crouch and Andy Carroll. So that was a little bit irritating how that can happen. And it wasn't just like 1 or 2, it happened a lot. Like every time I saw a highlight, half the time it was him winning headers. So I'm not very happy with that aspect of this game, because it just seemed a little bit like he's winning headers because it's Manchester City, and that's a little bit stupid for me. I'm not saying that's the case, it's just really, really irritating to see that kind of thing. Point is, we lost the game, and we shouldn't have won the game, but we certainly should have probably not lost by 5 goals to 1. Anyway, moving along, in our next game, we had a complete reversal of that, and we actually managed to come up with a great win against Liverpool. Liverpool are 4th in the league, so this was a huge win for us. Watmore's penalty gave us a start to the game. Jed Wallace, a little bit lucky with his strike. Like, Mignolet could have done a lot better. He was sort of falling backwards and ended up tapping it into his own net in the end. Anyway, for Balotelli, put Liverpool back in the game on 31 minutes with a low drive. Second half, though, Jed Wallace cutting in off that wing again. That ball inside the fullback was lethal. Nick Powell actually picked some good passes in this game, put Jed Wallace through, and Wallace scored again, 3-1 Pompey, and it wasn't like we didn't deserve it. 3 clear-cut chances to 1. That was pretty much it. Like, they had a lot of shots, but we kept them away from us, and that was good. Actually, 1 more aerial challenges in this game, presumably because they didn't have a team of Patrick Robertses. So there we go. We actually managed to beat Liverpool, which was glorious. But the fact that we'd beaten Liverpool and Arsenal in the home games, albeit, but that's proving to me that we're actually getting somewhere a little bit with this strategy now. And rotating them around and not always playing the same way is clearly what needs to be done as well. So in our next game, of course, we had QPR. And if you remember, we lost 7-4 to QPR on the opening day of the season. And would you believe this game was equally as ridiculous? So, yeah, they were 4-0 up inside 20 minutes. Every single shot they had on target in the first half was a goal. They literally scored all 4 of their shots in the first half, and we missed all of ours. And bear in mind, we had quite a few shots in this game, and deserved something from this game, just like we did in the first time. It was absurd. So they were 4-0 up at half-time. Then, within the first 8 minutes of the second half, Mantum scored twice, and Sir Norman Millington made it 4-3 all of a sudden. And that reminds me, some people kept saying, can you change his nickname in the game to Sir Norman Millington? So I've decided, why the hell not? We're going to change it. There you go. Sir Norman Millington. That is now how you will appear to us in the game. So yeah, Sir Norman Millington score. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. Made it 4-3. And I thought, right, we're finally getting what we deserve from this game, because there were good chances, tucked away lovely. And we just kept having chances, and they just kept on. Burrell missed an he missed some woeful chances in the first half. I have to say, at one point, he literally took it around the goalkeeper again and blazed it to the corner flag. I'm sick of seeing that shit. If you'd gone around the goalkeeper, it should 99 times out of 100, it's going to go in the net. But so many times this year, I'm seeing players blaze them towards the corner flag, not even near the goal. It's really annoying to watch that. I know it's because of the mechanic on one-on-ones, but seriously, if he's gone around the keeper, he should be scoring. 99 times out of 100. And there's no defenders around, you shouldn't be missing those. But my point is about this game. We had 2 clear-cut chances, which is, fine and all that. But I was just disappointed to lose by such a huge scoreline when they actually only had 6 shots on target in the entire game and scored with 5 of them. One of which was, it was still a shot on target because the initial shot was saved and then it bounced back and hit Charlie Taylor and went in. We just don't have good luck against QPR. We've scored 7 times against them this season. We've just conceded 12. It's unbelievable. They're unplayable at times. I do not know how we can play against the strategy they use. Because when you drop deep, every time you clear the ball, it falls to their player. But when you push high up, they'll just knock it straight over the top and then run behind you. I just do not know how to play against this QPR side. They are very, very good, and we lost against them, which is a shame. But we managed to recuperate, and just about, and this was a bit lucky for us, really. We were not very good away at Sunderland. Could have done with a better performance, but Ali Burrell put us in front, and then Jordan Ayew scored from it was crossed in by Danny Da Costa, and Ayew gets in at a ridiculously tight angle and heads it home. Sunderland up until that point had done very little, but once we went back in front through Ali Burrell, they did start to come at us a little bit, and Burrell's doing a little bit better now with his finishing. He's got 10 goals for us this year, and 12 in all competitions. He's getting there. I'd like to see him be a little bit more prolific, but I understand it is difficult. In terms of match stats, Sunderland, up 2-1 pretty much. I'd say probably quite fair when you look at it on those sort of scenarios. Again, losing challenges in the air, though. When you're playing long balls, that's something we really do need to work on. And I think we do win more challenges like that when Norman Millington is up front, because he's better in the air than Ali Burrell. It's as simple as that. So, let's get into today's game, and it is against Fulham. We usually have a pretty good record against Fulham. We're at home today as well, and they're struggling against relegation. So, let's take a little look at the squad. Top goal scorer for us at the moment is Ali Burrell with 12. Jed Wallace not far behind, though, with 11. Top assister, that is Jed Wallace, of course, again, with 12. Musonda is injured at the moment, which is a shame. We do still have some injuries. Griffiths has resumed training again, but I'm not sure if he's back for today's game. Player of the matches, most of those is, again, Jed Wallace with 6. Pass rating, that's obviously going to be the likes of Torres Crespo, but Asenhus has done okay when he's played. Yellow cards is Ivancic with 6, and red cards is just that one silly McAvoy one from earlier in the season. Average rating is Jed Wallace, but Ali Burrell and Nick Powell have also crept up there too. Someone said that it was a bit concerning that we had quite a few players under 7. Whilst I'm concerned about that, I'd be more concerned if we're losing the games, like losing a lot of games. One thing I have noticed about this tactic is that even when we win games, the players' ratings are never really that high unless they've scored the goals. It's a little bit worrying. Like, Ivancic has done really well for us at times this season, and yet low ratings a lot of the time, and it surprises me. But we'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully we can try and pick this up. So, right, let's get into the match preview. I can't remember. Ooh, that's not a nice system to see. I'm hoping that the system we've got actually will play quite well against this type. It's just a little bit worrying. I hate a 5-3-2. Well, I don't know what that is. It's like a 3-3-2-1-1 kind of system. Not entirely sure. Let's just have a little look and see who they've played against. Tactics used. They mostly use a 4-4-2. Tactics faced. Who's been most successful against them? Wow, they've faced a lot of tactics. No one's really stood out. They've conceded most with this sort of 4-5-1 diamond wide wing-back. That looks like the one they're playing, actually. So they've conceded more with that and scored a lot less. If that is the tactic they're actually using. Yeah, I think we'll go with our fullback, this one here with the 2. We can always switch it to our more attacking ones later on if we have to anyway. So we're going to do that. As you can see, Webster's now dropped down to being a 2-star player. So my mind is now made up about him. He is off, and we are going to be bringing in some newbies. in the interim. Kieran Griffiths is on the bench, but he probably won't come on, I wouldn't have thought. Verstraeten has actually got himself on the bench a few times now, according to my assistant. He clearly rates this lad very, very highly, and he's developing quite well already, so I'm pretty pleased about that. Like, he's getting on the bench ahead of people like Gray, who, for me, is a better player. But, you know, only time will tell. So, yeah, that's... After that is out on loan as well. I've sent him out. I was going to send him to Malmö, but they offered me the bid. They put the bid in and it just never really materialised, which was a little bit of a shame. So, yeah. Oh, actually, something I was meant to ask, not like my question of the day, but kind of, is just that I asked this quite a while ago. I think it was episode 30 of this series. I basically asked you guys what brought you to my channel, basically. And I'm just kind of curious as to how you found it, and also why you subscribed. And I know I've asked you this before, but basically we've come along quite a long way from there, and I'm kind of curious to see why the new batch of people came to this channel. So if you didn't hear about that question I didn't answer before and are new to the channel, then maybe you could, just put it in the comments. I'd be quite curious to see. I'm just doing market research for it. I'm just kind of curious, though, as to why you subbed and why you found the channel. Yeah, I'm just curious. Anyway, that should do it for now. We have been working on attacking movement this week, so Fulham are clearly quite weak when it comes to defending, and if I know about Fulham in real life, that is exactly true. We're in a situation where we could potentially go up above Southampton, and we do have a game in hand on them, and that is today, so a win here. We're really battling for a quite high position in this league when you look at it. And when you also look at it, there's quite a gap between us and the likes of Newcastle and the teams below us. I think we can get 9th place this year at the minimum, but there's always a chance of us going as high as 7th. And that is a pretty good season when you consider how bad we were when we started this year and how much we had to drag ourselves from the pits of despair at times. So yeah, let's just see how things go against Fulham. All kinds of awful things can happen still, though, because that system, that kind of Christmas tree / rocket ship / penis formation is just always... They scare me when they play those types of systems. It's just one of those things. We'll see how well we do. Right. Let's go. We can always adjust things as we go along. We've got a decent enough bench to bring in players. Like, we can bring in Griffiths if we absolutely have to. I'd rather not, because his match fitness is going to be a little low. I might bring him on later on, like maybe for the last 10 minutes, just to get some of that match fitness back, whilst not risking inflaming the injury. Because we really do. He's had such a poor season for injuries, and it's such a shame, because he's such a good player, and we really do need him. I feel like we maybe could have even kicked on further than that if we didn't have his injury problems to deal with. But we do. Oh, Fadder with the ball in for Fulham. Don't you dare let him win it there. Right, good clearance. McAvoy. Oh, McAvoy. You could do better than that. Fadder now with the ball out on the left-hand side. Drops it back for Dan Burn. He won't be able to shoot from there. He's a centre-back. Husband there. Fulham are moving the ball around quite nicely here. Basinovic. Emerson Hyndman. Davila. Dembele. And well saved by Daniel Bachmann. Better. But they've got an injury in the first minute. Wow, that's unusual. Matt Ritchie's coming on. Oh, bugger it. The game has come back to bite me in the face. They've got an injury in the first minute. I laugh, and then we get one. Okay, so quick sub. Nick Powell off. Oh, Jesus. It may well have to be the return of the king again. I don't want to really use him, but I'm not sure who else could really do that role for us right now. He's going to get 80 minutes here. Let's hope this isn't a massive mistake. But Kieran Griffiths, the king is back again for the second time this season. We did manage to... Fulham are getting a lot of set pieces, but we've had the more shots so far. So we may have to push at them a little bit more as this game goes on, because they're clearly not the best side in the world, and they're actually being overrun in midfield. So I may have to... Oh, and what a strike from Wallace. Right, I'm going to just change things up a little bit here. We're going to move to this system, with Ivancic pushed in as a sort of centre mid for today. I'm going to get stuck in on, and we're going to push high up again still. Just to try and not balance things out, but just to give that midfield a little bit more numbers. If we move Ivancic in there, we may have a little bit more success. Fulham are not exactly an attacking threat per se. Well, they are an attacking threat, of course they are, but because everyone is, but they're not exactly known for that. Whereas if we can match them in the midfield by getting an extra man in there, someone that can win the ball like Ivancic, that could certainly do the trick for us. Hopefully, this isn't going to be a horribly embarrassing performance. Oh, Fulham don't look too bad, actually, but hopefully we can come up with the goods in this game. Marcelo out on the right-hand side now. pings it forward to Wallace. We've got that extra man that they can look for in the centre of the pitch now. It should help us out quite a fair bit. Wallace has taken 2 of them on there, and he's very nearly got past. Drops it short for Kieran Griffiths. Can he get it across the pitch? He's good at switching flanks. Right, Ivancic now. Oh, Tony, don't lose it there, you silly, silly boy. Oh, well, one back by Borges. That's actually some great play. Griffiths now. Out to Wallace. He's got Marcelo on the overlap. No, he hasn't. Borges again winning it back. He's done a wonderful job there. Griffiths slides it through the channel for Burrell. Oh, and he's offside anyway. But better play. Some nice build up there from Pompey. We are not in control of this game. That is definitely not the case. But we're looking a little bit better now that we've got that extra man in midfield. And Borges is doing a wonderful job of snuffing out any attacks when we do lose the ball high up the pitch. So that's good to see. He's pushing quite far up at times, but he's doing a good job so far. Ivancic, oh, a bit dangerous of a ball for Marcelo. Long ball in and, oh, what in the name of God was that? Don't know why the keeper didn't just catch that. Who knows? Another chance for us now, though. Wallace with the ball out on the wing. That's a poor corner, actually. Where's the ball? Right now it's been cleared, but Marcelo, the fullback, will bring that down and continue to keep the possession and recycle this ball. That's what we need. What a great pass. That was a really good pass. It's a shame Wallace couldn't control it very well. But we're going to looks like we're going to go at half-time at 0-0, which is a shame. Borges, again, he's getting quite far forward for a defensive midfielder. Taylor whips it in. And, oh, what is with Fulham's goalkeeper today? That's twice he's let that go through his hands. And twice we very nearly could have had the lead through his mistakes. Right, ball to the edge of the area for Kieran Griffiths. Will he have a shot? Or will he just lose the ball? Oh, Kieran, that's poor. Now would be the port where you start running back to try and help the mistake at all. Nah, just gonna let Fulham's husband is running at the slowest speed known to man. If he still gets a cross in, thank you. Oh, there's such an easy pass. Just, I worry here. Richie. A foot in. Get out to them. Dembele, and well saved by Bachmann. Pretty weak header in the end there from Moussa Dembele, but still, it's been a bit of a poor first half from both sides, if I'm honest. And I'm just wondering if maybe in the second half we should revert to our sort of more offensive tactic that worked so well for us last year, because the fact is it's not working for us at the moment. Either of the two tactics. We're playing no Dembele! Good save again from Bachmann there, and this is what I mean. I think maybe we should try and force the issue a little bit more against poorer sides and maybe switch to our more attacking strategy. Because at the moment it just isn't working for us. So we may have to make some substitutions at half-time. Borges may have to come off and bring on someone like... Oh, do we even have anyone that can come in? That's the problem. I just don't know at the moment, guys. It's been a piss-awful first half, really. They've had a couple of chances. We've had a couple of sort of chances. And their goalkeeper's been awful. So, there is that. If we could pepper him with shots, we do need to really kick on from this, though. I would not be satisfied with a 0-0 against Fulham at home, considering there's relegation strugglers. Right, let's see. Let's actually just go onto the tactics menu a little bit more and investigate. I'm thinking about pushing for our more standard, not more standard, but our different type of system. Powell, fuck, we can't bring Powell on, can we? Arsenhus is better than Borges. Not by much, but he's there. And I'd rather maybe put him in that position. No, actually, Ivancic is probably better for that. This is a worry. We are going to go on control to try and just, yeah. We are going to get stuck in. Right, yeah. Okay, let's just see how that does for us. I think this game is ours for the taking still. You know, we've not been great in that first half, but we've kept a clean sheet, and that's kind of key. But, you know, in this second half, things could happen. Asenhu's really fouling him already. I'm hoping we can just get a bit more of a sort of domination going. Griffiths now with the ball out on the right-hand side. Drops it short for Burrell. Oh my God, how did he miss that side of the goal? He really is like, he's got decent finishing stats, yet he has bad finishing, if that makes sense. He misses a lot of opportunities like that, and it's very, very frustrating. I love the fact that he missed it the other side of the post. Somebody put a foot in. Because we could still get caught out over the top here, and that's my main worry. We probably should just mark him tighter, even if we're not doing tight marking overall. Just, oh my God, Fadder's through here. Get back. There you go, Bachmann with the big save. Just clear it. Just clear it. There's two of you there. It shouldn't be too difficult. Wallace. Now, if we could just knock this into Kieran Griffiths. Just knock it short. Into Kieran... Oh, I see. Yeah. They've had more shots on target, we've had more shots. It's been a really sort of, it's almost like a game of chess, this one. Griffiths whips it in, not whips it in, but knocks it through his Ivančić. Can he get round, can Burrell get past? He can, will he have a shot? Burrell! Oh, good save. Wallace on the follow-up? Nope, cleared away. Best chance of the game for Pompey so far. Burrell rounding the defender there and actually got the shot on target, which is always a pleasant surprise. Right, we're going to make a second substitution now because Burrell, as much as he's had those chances, has not done too well. Say a second sub, a third sub. Christ. We need to get Sir Norman on. Really, he just, we need him because Burrell just isn't cutting it tonight. We need someone like Sir Norman on that pitch, getting us some goals. Go on. Oh, it's in the net, and is that Tony Ivančić? It is. Pompey 1, Fulham 0, Tony Ivančić, a guy who should never be that far up the pitch, has scored from a corner. And we are looking to head into 7th place. What a moment that is, and that's quite important, just as I've brought off our striker. But hopefully Sir Norman can hold the ball up for us a little bit better in the second half. And yeah, get things going. There was a bit of a melee in there. I thought Watmore was going to score, but the ball just sort of deflected down, and eventually it falls to Ivančić, who smashes it home. It's his 3rd goal of the season. The lad has got some goals in him as well, considering how far back he often plays. Of course, today he is further forward. Marcelo with the ball. Now, if we score a second, then I'm just going to switch it straight back. Wallace now. Assenhuis. Ivančić again further forward. Will he have a shot? No. McAvoy. Round the corner for Taylor. Can he pick a pass? Please don't shoot. Please don't. What are you doing shooting from that angle? I've got them told they're set to shoot less, and yet they're still shooting from stupid angles when he could have just pulled that back for a tap-in for pretty much anyone else. McAvoy. Ivančić. Oh, and that's poor. Just don't do something silly now, Charlie. Just drop it into the man near you. We've not got any more substitutions available. All right, we should probably switch to a more defensive strategy soon. Oh, ooh, wow. Okay. Bošinović at the far post there should have done a lot better with that. I might drop Ivančić back into a defensive midfield strategy now. Oh, for the love of Jesus. Might just wait until after this highlight, because please don't play a horrible back pass. Thank you. Wallace does well. We've actually looked better since we started playing like this, but I don't want to hold on to this sort of system for too long. I might wait a little bit longer. Although, Norman Millington stopped and, oh, it's round the post from the follow-up. Oh, it's a corner kick. Millington had a great opportunity there. Tough angle for him, but well saved by the goalkeeper. We've looked better in this second half. Watmore, header, Webster. Oh my, how the hell did he get that over the bar? Adam, that's woeful play from you. Oh, Jesus. Let me make the change for Dembele. And Bachmann does well to collect that. Right, now is this the highlight done so I can actually make the change knowing that we're not going to have to shove it straight back on attacking? Nope. Oh, ball over the top, and Kenneth McAvoy's through here. Norman, get yourself ready for this. Norman Millington with the header, and oh, that's unlucky from Fulham. It's 2-0 to Portsmouth. Sir Norman Millington crusading through the defence there. I don't know why I said that. Bad defending from Fulham there, letting McAvoy whip that ball in. It's actually, no, it's a header. It's a very, very weak header, and Fulham's goalkeeper today has been terrible. He's made some really big errors, and I think we're quite comfortable to stick with this strategy for the rest of the game now. Wallace with a free kick, and it was very nearly 3-0 here. We're quite, yeah, oh no, maybe I should switch it just to get us a little bit more defensive security after this highlight. It's closing down Williams, but we are 2 goals to the good now. It does look good for us, but that doesn't mean we can't yet screw this up. If they can defend that poorly, there's no way in hell that we can't, because we have done in the past. Moore is a long way out of his goal here. If we win this ball off of them, which you'd think we would do with that kind of clearance. Ivančić, McAvoy, we're getting a lot of space at the moment, actually. I might just leave it like this. When we do get the ball, we're getting way more space up the pitch. Ivančić, back to McAvoy. That's a brilliant header, although it might have been a clearance. McAvoy's ball all the way across the box, and it's Wallace in at the far post. It's 3-0 to Portsmouth. Just like it was at Craven Cottage. Fulham are not very good. That I'm telling you now. I always win against Fulham. I both like and dislike that. Great ball in again from McAvoy. He's done a few of those. But that is awful goalkeeping again. He should be getting that. But Wallace has scored for us. It is now 3-0 to Portsmouth. Game over. And we can just relax the rest of the game out playing the same style. I'm not going to try and change anything. Considering what this game was like at half-time, I think the changes in the second half and switching to that old-school style of play has really helped us there. Portsmouth 3, Fulham 0. And that is a great result. And takes a little bit of the frustration away from some of those poorer results we've had this season in the league. And it's good to see Millington come off the bench and scoring, and Jeb Wallace just scoring. So there we go. We'll just take a quick look at the league, and then, Man United won 6-1. They are just rampant. Philippe Basto is just destroying teams, especially us. He's destroying us a lot. Let's just have a quick gander at the league table. So at the moment, we are actually 7th in the Premier League with 10 games to go. Now, QPR can go back above us again if they win their game in hand, But the key thing here for me is that we are now 9 points clear of 10th place Newcastle. So I think the lowest we're going to finish this year is going to be 9th. And that's pretty decent. But I would like to sort of hang around a little bit and see if we can't just try and get 7th place. I mean, you never know. But the fact is Arsenal are a point ahead of us and they've got a game in hand on us. But we are only 3 points behind Spurs, but no, they've got 2 games in hand. I just don't think we're going to be able to catch those guys. But I would like to finish as best of the rest if we can. Maybe come 7th. That'd be fairly decent, and it might encourage a few extra players to come to us this year. So, guys, in the next episode, we will be doing the live com in, well, it'll be the March live com, which will be... Wow, March is a really... Wow, okay, we've not got many games in March, but that's just how it's going to be, it would appear. So the next live con will be away at Burnley. Wow, those are not a lot of games. Jesus. But then April's quite busy, so yeah, it kind of balances out. So in the next episode, we've got Spurs, and then we're playing Burnley in the live com. So if you guys like what you're seeing, please feel free to drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please, pardon me, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Red Star Belgrade in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock, and I will see you guys in the next episode for the Burnley game. Bye-bye.